Hi again everyone, it's Dr. Joyce the Dentist here. Now I love amazingly white teeth just as much as you do, but there are a lot of misconceptions out there about which types of whitening products work best for your teeth. Especially when you see things out there that are really popular with the influencer crowd or even have amazing reviews and you're thinking to yourself, does it actually work? One classic example is teeth whitening pens. Now these handy little portable pens are super easy to use. Usually you just click a button or twist it and out pops the gel at the end of the brush tip. You literally just paint it right onto your tooth like you're painting your fingernails or something, but you don't have to be nearly as neat. All you're trying to do is just cover up that whole tooth surface to get the gel nice and even. Now normally with teeth whitening pens, you're just using them on your most noticeable teeth. So like the top front 6 or 8 to 10 teeth, depending on how wide your actual smile is. Now here's the thing you need to know. Most types of whitening pens work best for maintenance whitening as opposed to initially whitening your teeth from scratch. Let me tell you why. When you're brushing the whitening gel onto your tooth, you get extremely limited contact time with the whitening serum, and the concentration of the active ingredient in these pens is usually around 3%, which is very, very low. After you apply, either you're going to close your lips together or wipe it off, or the natural saliva is just going to rinse your teeth and disrupt that gel from being really potent. So an appropriate situation where you would use one of these is if you have a problem tooth or you recently whitened your teeth and you're trying to target a pinpointed stain, or just keep your smile white between whitening treatments. That's when pens would be helpful. Case in point, you drink a cup of coffee on your way to work. You get to the office, rinse your mouth with some water, and then apply your whitening pen gel to your smile to help balance out any of those new stain particles that are trying to form. Theoretically, by using the pen, your teeth will stay whiter overall because they're getting that constant contact with the peroxide gel or something that is similar in nature. Another situation you could use a pen is if one of your teeth is a little bit stubborn to whitening. Maybe you have that one tooth that's rotated. And if you know what I mean, there's probably a spot there that's always seeming to attract stain buildup. You can take the whitening pen and fit the end of the brush right into that little tight spot. Rub the serum around and then keep your tooth brighter between your dental checkups. Now back to getting your teeth white to begin with. Even though I don't recommend using a whitening pen for an all-over initial whitening treatment, you can still get effective, affordable results from something like the over-the-counter whitening strips. See, when the gel is in a strip form, you can use your fingernail to shape it around the curves of each tooth for even whitening. Plus, the strip stays there for more than 30 minutes at a time, ensuring that the gel has maximum contact time with your tooth enamel. It also tends to have a higher concentration of hydrogen peroxide. And you're not gonna get that with most whitening pens because the contact time is usually extremely limited before the gel comes in contact with the saliva. Saliva contains peroxidases that deactivate the key ingredient in whitening pens. Before I get ahead of myself, yes, there are whitening pen serums out there that are made to stay on your teeth for longer periods, such as the Colgate Optic White Overnight Treatment. This specific pen has a carefully formulated gel that you brush onto your teeth right before you go to bed at night. That way you don't have to mess with sleeping in trays or anything. Instead, the gel is made to stick to your teeth longer and it's safe enough that you don't have to worry about swallowing it or the gel burning your gums, but you do have to remember to use it every night. Personally, I don't see why someone would use this whitening pen overnight instead of a whitening strip that has a higher concentration and has a barrier that prevents the whitening gel from mixing with the saliva. So you're probably wondering, does that mean whitening pens aren't worth it? It's not my first choice. But if you do choose to use one, it means you want to be very selective about how you choose to use them and which brand you decide to buy. One insider tip that I can share with you if you do choose a whitening pen is to go buy a cheek retractor off of Amazon. They're pretty affordable. This keeps the lips away from the teeth, so there's less mixture of the whitening pen with the saliva and your mucosa. Yes, teeth whitening pens can questionably help with a shade of stain, but I like them more for maintenance purposes. Some are better than others, so always check with your dental professional before investing a lot of money into any particular whitening system, pen or not. Be sure to pay attention to what type of gel it uses, the concentration, and how often it's safe to apply. Then always use as directed. If you found this video helpful, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy whitening!